Hello, Libra. Welcome into Don Williams Tarot. So good to see you, family. I hope this message finds you well. I'm doing well. Today's message is coming to you directly from Spirit. These are Spirit messages. I sat down in meditation before I started this round of readings. And by the way, you are my very last reading of this round. When I sat down, I was guided. There was a couple of different options that I had in terms of what to do. And this is the one that just kept popping in over and over. So I am just going to flow with it. I feel as though many people can benefit from these communications at this time, specifically here in the month of September. I am recording this on September the 13th, but it is really a timeless message as to whenever it comes to you. And it is for sun, moon, or rising placements in the sign of Libra. So if you have those placements, it's definitely for you. Now, typically, I always say things like, this is a general reading, so not all messages may resonate. However, Spirit has told me that even if it isn't completely resonating with you in this moment, like, this doesn't apply to me right now, just tuck that information away because it feels as though whatever it is, whatever the lessons are, whatever the messages are, they are going to benefit you in some way. So just don't, throw the baby out with the bathwater. Let's see, what else does Spirit want me to tell you? So if you're brand new to my channel, please give me a thumbs up, a like, and subscribe. If you subscribe to my channel, please click that notification button. I do live readings, sessions at least twice a week. I am going to go live tomorrow morning. So if you subscribe to my channel and you click that thing, it will tell you when I post as to when I'm going to go live. Then you're invited to come in and you're invited to get a free reading. Now, typically, I will only read one question from you per live session. If you have anything more than that, I am a very inexpensive reader compared to most people out there. So just buy a reading, because then we can go into a deep dive as to what's going on with you. How your soul is manifesting the things that you are bringing into your life or your life experience in order for you to be able to continue on your path. Okay. So there is that. Also, I'm going to go ahead and start laying out your cards as I continue to talk, because it just is easier for me this way. I am going to be offering a new offering here pretty quickly on the medicine cards. So the medicine cards come to us from the indigenous American Indians. Well, actually, it's any of the indigenous tribes, really. But I think it was mostly the American Indians that this information has been pulled from. The people that created this process are connected to the indigenous peoples. And this is the way that they kind of look at their own magic, their own information, their own, guidance, wisdom. And they look at animals as sacred beings. They live in harmony with them. Most American indigenous people all over the world are in harmony with the earth. And I feel as though that's part of one of the pieces that we're missing in our lives, is that disconnection, right? So the 9 totem animal spread that I am going to be offering allows you to really tap into the animals that are working with you, that will give you great insights as to your own personal growth, those things that you don't even recognize and see about yourself until those animals come forward and speak their truth to you. The feedback that I've been getting has been pretty tremendous. My own experience, I would say, has been really surprising, because I was expecting, like, I have my favorite animals. We all have animals that we love, right? That we're drawn to. We're drawn to their power, their mysticism, their beauty, all the things that they represent. And I was really surprised at the ones that I pulled for myself that were chosen really for me. And every single one of them were perfect. It couldn't have been any more perfect. So there is this beautiful energy that happens, and it really speaks to a different part of our spiritual growth, working with these animals consciously. So I will be releasing that information here soon. I'm working on finalizing a few things. I've got to update my website, all of that. And then once I get that completed and done, we're good to go. Okay, so I've got your cards laid out. I'm going to pull 2 cards from the 4 Agreements deck. And I'm going to pull 2 cards from the Messages of the Universe. For all of my subscribers who are always here, always consistent, I love you. Love you, love you, love you. Thank you so much for supporting my work. I just checked my YouTube channel. I am at 1,195 subscribers. So I'm 5 away from my goal of 1,200 subscribers. So if you know anybody that would be interested in readings, please share my channel with them, because I would really love to hit that goal this weekend if I can do it. Come on, Spirit, we can do it. Okay, here we go. Libra, I'm going to take myself off camera now. And I'm going to share. The columns run up and down. You saw me laying out the cards, so the columns go up and down. This first column here, the question for that column is, what limiting beliefs are holding you back from reaching your full potential? Now, your first card comes in. This is my card of two-way abundance. This 6s in tarot are about persevering, keep going, you're overcoming obstacles, right? Keep moving. You are making progress. As you can see, there is this figure 8 here. This is that infinity signal. This really ties in also with your strength card, which I will get back to in a moment. When we get to that column. But basically what this is really saying is these are about the cycles of life, right? A lot of times we feel like we're climbing to the top. We get to the top. We hang there for a bit. We do well for a bit, whatever the case may be. And then we come back down and we get back down to that bottom. And then we work our way back up. But it's integration of that energy, as above, so below, right? The other part of that is balancing your masculine, feminine energy. That would be very helpful as well. Now, the thing about this column is it's saying, what are your limiting beliefs? It could be a situation where, because this is my two-way abundance, maybe you feel as though that is not an option for you. Maybe you don't feel you come from an abundant universe, or you don't know how to tap into the energies of the abundant universe. However, I do feel as though if there is a will, there is a way. You will find a way. Just by you watching this video, it can absolutely make a big change in your life if you decide, gosh, I've never looked at things in this way, or I've never even considered this. So you're just allowing that expansion. You're allowing to come in with an open heart and open mind and seeing what spirit messages are for you. This is definitely saying spirit's got your back. You give to them, they give to you. That's the way it works, right? When you're connected to your higher self, you ask a question and the higher self says, oh, well, here is your answer. And then it filters in, integrates with these downloads. So I feel as though this is really having gratitude. This is really connecting to your higher self. And I think it's going to be a path forward for you. Your next card coming in is that 3 of Wands. The 3 of Wands for me is somebody who is in a position of their life that you're in, you're on the ground here. You are in a safe place. You are safe. and you've got your board, you're ready to go out and adventure out into the water, and you're willing to look to see what other things are available to you. This is definitely my card of exploration, looking for passion, creative, very passionate opportunities that will motivate you to move forward. Threes are typically about looking at things in a new creative way than you have looked at them in the past. So again, be willing to open up your mind, your heart, and I feel as though things will be brought to you. Now, one of the energies that could be holding you back is the idea of the emperor. Now, the emperor for me is definitely my Donald Trump card. I don't mean Donald Trump, the president running the country. I think of it as Donald Trump, the entrepreneur, the individual who has multiple businesses, has created an empire, who is very focused in the now, the 3D, creating money, creating success, creating career, all of those things. Now, how would that be a limiting belief, or what's holding you back from your full potential? It could very well be that you're not even looking at your spiritual path very strongly at this time, because you really could be caught up in the 3D world. You could just be working on, making a ton of money, creating a beautiful home for your family, and providing for your family. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if that's where you're at, that's where you're at. But again, if you're not opening up to the idea that you are a sovereign being and you are here to help and assist and be of service to others, this right here is kind of my card of really looking out after self, right? Instead of really sharing with others, that two-way abundance that we were talking about earlier. Some of you just might be stuck in your grind, in your day-to-day grind that you do all the time, day in, day out. Got to make money, got to keep moving forward, got bills to pay, got a lot of, I got a mortgage, I got this, I got that. And that's kind of the mentality of that card. Your second column there has to do with what spiritual lessons are you currently experiencing. Some of you are at a very brand new beginning. Now, it could be that in recent previous readings that I've done for you, Libra, that you have had a big completion of a cycle in your life and you are starting over. Either that, or it's a feeling of you have newfound self beliefs about yourself, where you're building your self confidence. You are really learning to, instead of questioning to the point where it's because you don't believe something, you're questioning because you're interested in finding out the other answers to that same question, right? How did other people come to the realization that they came to? What was it that triggered them to look at things, change their belief system to one that is more in line with their higher self, the God of their heart, and bringing that information in as a sovereign being? The Fool is also my card of building confidence. It's also about becoming quite independent, being in the moment. It's also about doing things a little bit unpredictably, allowing yourself to do things from instinct instead of because you feel you have to do it. It's really allowing yourself to be in the moment. And really, in all honesty, the only thing you have as a certainty is this current moment, whatever it is for you. Now, she is trusting in the universe. She's ready to dive off into the abyss. She does believe that spirit has her back, and that is absolutely the energy of that card. As you align with your heart, your mind, your soul, with your higher self, that God of your heart, you just become a lot more of an integrated, fully realized individual. And it feels as though you will be on top of the world. Now, this Nine of Pentacles for me, she is definitely someone who symbolizes material comfort and wealth, but she is also about abundance. She is also about financial and practical security, and she's very independent. She's a very independent thinker. Now, for her, She is in a very good place. She's got money. She's very grounded. She understands her expansion. She understands that she is a healer. She knows that she works with Mother Earth. She is an Earth sign: Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Feet are on the ground. She is hitting the ground running, and she's feeling really good about herself. The last card that's coming in here is the Strength card. This is another major arcana. So you've had two in this row. The Strength card for me is your inner strength, your quiet, gentle inner strength. Now, what has caused you to become this quiet, gentle inner strength is the fact that you've had many, many, many life lessons. You have gone through a bunch of stuff that has created this inner strength within you. This is also a hold over or a bleed through from any past lives that you have karmic ties with that have not been completely resolved or released and healed. And basically, what this card is about is she does have the ability to be as fierce as a lion to protect whatever she needs to protect, right? Herself, her children, her beliefs, her religion, whatever it is. And yet she's also gentle as a lamb. These people are the type of people that you don't always immediately recognize their strength until you recognize that they truly are a leader. They lead by example. They're not bossy, right? They're not going to tell you what to do. They're just going to get up and start working. And their hope is that you will work alongside them. You will join them and work alongside them. So the strength card is definitely that card of being a graceful leader. This is also my gifted healer card. This is you being in a state of grace. And it's also talking about that infinity sign. So again, that infinity sign allows you to be ferocious and be courageous, to step into your strength, as well as to be gentle, kind, nurturing, and loving, right? Beautiful card. Will absolutely love it. And I do feel as though Libra, this is really giving you some great guidance as to what you are learning, stepping into in your sovereignty space. Your third column here has to do with how can you cultivate a healthier physical, spiritual balance. Now, you do have two major arcanas in this column as well. The first one is the Hierophant card. The Hierophant card is a Taurus or an earth sign card. As you can see, this guy's doing the work. He's doing his meditations. He's sitting down. He's totally blissed out because this is a practice that he has practiced for a long period of time. His path is ascension. He's definitely going to take the ascension path. He's bringing down all of his knowledge. He's being of service to others. He's helping, blessing others with his knowledge, sharing with them how he is navigating his own path. And I feel this is exactly what many of you are doing. You're bringing down your spiritual work, implementing it into your day-to-day life, leading as the example, right? And in this, you are your own guru, your own teacher, you are your own inner answers. The Hierophant goes within. This is my peaceful warrior. He is also my spiritual teacher. He's got excellent advice. He shares his wisdom, all of that with others. And the Hierophant is also my card of authority, structure, and discipline. So again, the authority, structure, and discipline is part of your day-to-day life. It does take discipline. It does take structure to commit to a spiritual path, right? Now, you also have the Moon card here. The Moon card for me has really taken on a new life. And the reason why is because the Moon is all about hidden truths and the mysteries of life. It is meant to represent darkness. It is meant to represent going into that darkness and healing trauma. There is fear associated with going into the dark. I don't know if you're one of those people, but what happens when you go into the dark is you realize that you are actually comfortable there. As scary as it may seem, you don't know what's around you, but at the same time, you have this beautiful light and this inner glow that can light up like the full moon. Any area that you go into. And as soon as you initiate light into darkness, what happens? Darkness flees, right? So the moon card in this situation is face your fears. Even if you are fearful of going into a place, even if you feel as though, oh my gosh, there's a lot of darkness, there's a lot of black magic, there is witchcraft, there is voodoo, there's a bunch of dark stuff on this planet, and a lot of people practice a lot of that dark stuff, right? But what you're doing is you're healing that trauma. You're not actually adding to the trauma. You're going in and you're looking at those traumatic experiences from all your lifetimes that are bleeding over, that are preventing you from your spiritual balance, your spiritual life balance. The other thing is, if you look at her, she's underwater, which, I know you're an air side, but she is underwater. This is talking about her subconscious. This is your dream time. So if you're starting to get very strong dreams, I would suggest creating a dream journal, following that, seeing what your dreams are trying to say to you. As we progress, it feels as though you're going to work through that dark night of the soul. You are going to come to realizations. You will become successful here. You are getting your inner guidance, and you are anchoring it in your daily life. And that's what this is about. This is about your emotions, your relationships. This is about happiness. You can see the rainbow here that is eliminating the illusion of joy, happiness, and peace. What you're doing is you're bringing it down, and you are anchoring it within your family, within your heart, within your soul. And I feel as though what this is saying is you are doing it quite successfully at that. You might be feeling a lot of happiness and joy. It could be that you have found a tribe that you can commune with on a spiritual plane, or a spiritual playing field. And, it is going to make you feel as though you have community to share those beliefs with, which is really inspiring, as well as very validating for you. Your final column here, Libra, is what steps can you take to align with your life purpose? Now, some of you may be agonizing over that. Like, I'm not walking my life purpose. I don't even know what my life purpose is. These are all thoughts, right? Swords are thoughts. As you can see, he is allowing this agony. He's allowing these thoughts to just kind of keep flittering in his mind. I don't measure up. I'm not good enough. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't even know what path I'm supposed to follow. I am here and I'm stuck. Well, the 5 is about changes coming in, slight changes in thought, slight changes in direction, slight changes in the way that you communicate with yourself, as well as the way that you communicate with others, right? Messages coming in, how you make decisions on things. This card right here is telling me that you really just need to open yourself up to things that are beyond what you currently believe. Allow yourself to just be open to new ideas, and I think you will go a long way. Now, your second card here is the Lover's card. The Lover's card is typically that. It is talking about, love. It's also my card of duality. And this is that energy of balance. This is about creating healthy boundaries within your spirituality. This is saying that even though I am in a committed relationship, and even though I love this person with all of my being, I still have to create healthy relations and healthy boundaries with the person that I am the closest to, the person that knows me the most. This is talking about having very open discussions. This is also about sharing your heart, your mind, your soul with this individual. But it's also talking about duality. It is talking about really honoring kind of your healthy boundaries, honoring your agreements, honoring the fact that you have an agreement with your higher self as well. And this can also be a soulmate for you. Your higher self is definitely your energy, and you're going to be honoring that, bringing that in more fully into your life. Some of you are also looking at losses because you have these two fives here. Now, fives are definitely my cards of changes, change of direction, change of thought. Some of you may be feeling as though you're very sad that you have had a loss of some kind, loss of heart, loss of commitment, loss of, I tried this and it didn't work for me. I tried this and it got really hard. I tried this and other things came in to interrupt me. And now I am off track, right? So the whole thing about that is get back on the horse. Like if you get knocked off your horse, what do? You get back on it, get back on that horse. The other thing about this five is you can see this has to do with her emotions. And I am going to preface, as this is the last reading for this round of readings, is that many people are feeling as though they have a lot of despondency because the things that they believed in for most of their life are turning out to be false, turning out to be a untruth, turning out to really challenge them and their belief systems. And it makes them feel lost. It makes them feel as though they're sinking into this dark hole. And so, what I'm going to suggest is that you pick yourself up, you get back on the horse, realize that you are in control of your life, you're in control of your thoughts, and you're the only one that can change your path. No one else is going to save you. No one else is going to drag you kicking and screaming, into your spirituality, into your purpose, whatever that is. It all comes from within you. Okay. So now we're going to move on to the Four Agreements deck. And your first card is always do your best. Take action without expecting a reward. That's kind of that give and take. That give and take doesn't necessarily have to be money. This can be of your time, right? This can be of your resources. Maybe you have something that you no longer use and a friend is thinking about they need it or they need something and you've got an extra, so you give it to them, right? It's kind of like that give and take thing, right? Having that open heart. Wait, I got to put my glasses on so I can read the words. Libra. Do your best and take the action because you love it, not because you expect a reward. When you take action without expecting a reward, you enjoy every action and you can even receive greater rewards than you imagined. That's absolutely this Six of Pentacles energy here too. Your next card is be impeccable with your word. Create a beautiful dream. Now, interesting, he's got all these birds that are singing with him as he strums his guitar, right? Creating his song. And his message is your word can create the most beautiful dream, or your word can destroy everything around you. This is one of those things why, if you've listened to me any amount of time, I say, be careful with your words once they're out. You can't suck them back in. And words can be like razors, right? And they can be razor sharp and you can really hurt people with your words. So be mindful. Impeccability of the word only creates beauty, love, and heaven on earth. Love it. Okay, Libra, now we're going to move to messages of the universe. Sometimes holding on does more damage than letting go. So leave behind all that has been weighing you down for so long and reach for the opportunities that are waiting for you. I promise you, you will not regret it. That's kind of that. You got to let it go. But you also have to feel it. I feel crying is good. I feel like it's a really good release. You're using frog energy, right? Frog energy is cleansing. You're using water to help cleanse with frog energy. And that's kind of that. Got to release. You got to feel it. You got to recognize it. And as you're releasing it, you're healing and letting it go so it no longer sits inside you and creates disease. You're going to be celebrating something very special soon. You'll be so full of joy and happiness. It will almost seem out of this world how suddenly it all happens for you. Be ready for it, expect it, it's happening. So you have that full moon. There's full moons on these cards. I feel as though the full moon on the 17th is going to resonate with you in some way. So I hope you are mindful on that date. It's just a few days away. All right, let me pull myself back on view. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for supporting my work. I hope you found some nuggets of information here that are helpful to you in the moment, as well as what you can carry forward with you along your path for the rest of this month into October and to the end of the year. You do have a lot of majors here, so they will take a little bit longer for you to work through. But overall, I felt like your reading was very special, very unique to you, and I hope that it has helped you in some way. So from my heart to your heart, I'm sending you a lot of love, happiness, joy, peace, wisdom, prosperity, happiness, good health. So should you so decide to receive them. Until next time, take very good care of you. Thank you for being here and enjoy your month.